Good morning, everyone. Mm, My mama got me up bright early on this Saturday morning, taking her to work. Um, I don't know. This shit crazy. I just want to know, cause I know ain't nobody in here, but I don't really care. Dude, what's up with these community officers? You know what I'm saying? They not really police officers. They community officers. I've been wondering, like, what the fuck is that? A community officer? Because I noticed, like, all the police, they sheriffs here in Jacksonville. First of all, we have the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department. So they're not just regular police officers, they're sheriff. Which means that they can do a little bit more than the police can do, I guess. Not really 100% sure on how that works. I know if the sheriff pull you over, they can take that shit further than the police can take it. But nonetheless, they upgraded all their cars, so now they don't have cars, they have SUVs, and they say sheriff on the side of them, and they're great. So, and then they have white ones too, but mostly I see with dark tint on it, like dark boys. You know what I'm saying? And boom, I just noticed. I'm like, damn. So they done gave all the community officers the cars. You know what I mean? Like the community officers then took over the police cars, and they be hopping behind people and trying to pull people over. And I don't think that that's legally or lawful. I'm gonna say that I don't think that that's lawful. You know what I'm saying? How you get pulled over by a community officer? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have to stop for them? Is the question that I'm asking. Is it legally required by the law for us to stop for what's going on, James? How you doing this morning, man? Listen, man, your music little session last night put me right in the mood to go to sleep. I was so relaxed after I got out that tub. I was like, shit, I'm finna lay my ass down. But nonetheless, I'm just trying to find out, is we required by law to stop for the community officers or the community service police? I don't even know what to call them. You know what I mean? And I really don't believe that we have to stop for them. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because I was just dropping my mama off, and the community officer, I did a U-turn, which is legal. I didn't break no laws. I didn't, do nothing stupid. But when I got in the lane after I did the damn U-turn, the community officer, it's like he saw me do the U-turn, and then he sped up real quick because I had my hoodie on my head. So I look a little suspect, like I could be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that he was coming up real fast trying to catch up to me. So I slowed down. Shit, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for it. Yeah, man, I had a nice time listening to your live. You know what I'm saying? But I really, I really want to antagonize the little community service officer a little bit. So I kept my hood on my head. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I kept my hood on my head so you can't really tell whether I'm a female or a male. You know what I'm saying? And he's speeding up. He's speeding up. So I'm slowing down. Like, come on, catch up, Cletus. You know what I'm saying? So the motherfucker follows me, and I'm just, driving and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess the motherfucker seen like, oh, this bitch she ain't flinched. Or this motherfucker ain't flinched. I don't know if he ran my tag, which 9 times out of 10, he probably did run my tag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, just fucking with him this morning. And then I see him decide that he don't want no parts of this shit. He like, man, fuck, this shit ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? He must be ran my tag and seen the car was registered to a girl, and my name good. I don't got no warrants or no shit like that. I don't commit no crimes. You know what I'm saying? I just work and take my ass home. Now, a few years ago, he probably would have caught me, holding something. But, you know. that's not the case anymore. So with that being said, because I'm not riding dirty and I ain't doing nothing illegal, I like to fuck with them. But I need to find out, is it lawful for them to pull us over, and are we required by the law to stop? Oh shit. Damn, I bit that corner bad, son. Yeah, are we required by law to stop them? And hit mute button and all. I don't know if that's like a legal thing, because I've been seeing them do that shit. Like I done seen them pull people over. Like they'll cut their lights on and bitches stop for them. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you liking and subscribing, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new subscribers and all the old subscribers and all my family that be on here. See, look, look, look. See, this what I'm talking about right here. See, that's what they in now. They in them. They in them. Them SUVs like that. You know what I'm saying? So with them being in the SUVs, I guess the police department decided to keep more police cars on the street. You know what I'm saying? They was going to make a community officer division. You know what I'm saying? They're not police officers. They're not the sheriff, as you just saw what the sheriff be driving. They're community officers. And I don't know what the fuck that means, because to me, I ain't never seen you in my community help nobody or facilitate no shit in the community. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't never facilitated anything in the community, how the fuck are you a community officer? And am I required by law to respect your authority? And do you even have any authority? Because, you know, a lot of times we get so caught up by the fact that the lights be on behind us that we don't even pay attention to whether these are real police officers or whether these are actually sheriffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because of, you know, what I used to do, I pay attention to that shit, because I'm like, damn, do y'all even got the right to stop and pull somebody over? Oh, look at this little dog, little dirty dog. Do you? We's caught up, man. So what that mean? Make it make sense, sweetie. Uh, but yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I think everybody should be trying to figure that out. If y'all have community officers popping up in your neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all should be trying to figure that out instead of telling me shit that don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Because you don't know either. So I don't know. I just thought, as black people, you know what I'm saying, that stay in a hood that, you know, is policed by others, we should be paying attention to these things when we see these things happening. Because I knew that shit was gonna happen a long time ago. I said, oh yeah, these crackers finna start riding in these SUVs. You know what I'm saying? And boom, they start riding in SUVs. And they do that. Like a lot of the times over here at this college, they will park police cars on the corners. Don't nobody be in them damn cars. You know what I'm saying? They just be sitting on the corner because they got the little dash cam or whatever. They be sitting on the corner just recording shit. You know what I mean? Like they don't even be police in the vehicles. They just be done park their vehicles and be recording stuff. So, and that, just that alone is enough to keep people at bay. Just seeing the police car, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think of how conditioned we are to respect the police's authority. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, really, and then in the South, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because in the South, it's still a sense of slavery. You know what I mean? It's a background scenery of slavery. And a lot of the oppression don't even come from them. It comes from our parents or our family members telling them, oh, you don't want the police, you don't want to have to deal with the police, oh, the police, the police. And I see now even parents using the police to discipline their children. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been in the car with somebody and their kid was in the back seat doing all type of stupid shit, and they look, I'm gonna call, oh, the police coming, and the kids will stop like they scared, they shook, like, oh, the police, oh, I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. What the fuck is a child doing worrying about the police? Yeah, you see, when you talk about something real, people don't want to talk. They don't want to talk then. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I always say this YouTube algorithm don't be algorithming for a real one. Because, bitch, these are the things that we should be talking about instead of doing fucking TikTok dances. These are the things we should be talking about instead of always talking about how bitches be putting spells on you and, oh, these bitches doing witchcraft and, oh, these bitches doing this and these bitches doing that. Yeah, who the fuck ain't doing witchcraft, bitch? We've been doing magic since we got here. We are magic. But let's talk about this system that is attempting to control our minds so we can't tap into the magic that we are. We don't want to talk about that. No, you want me to sit up here and badmouth the karmic and badmouth a karmic nigga and a karmic bitch and this, that, and the third. You want me to sit up here and talk about that, but you don't want to talk about the fact that the police got motherfuckers riding around in cars talking about their community service officers pulling bitches over. You don't want to talk about how bitches is using the police to discipline their children. That's the type of fear that they have instilled in us, because them police will pull you over and take your fucking life and it won't be a second thought to it. That shit ICE doing, everybody talking about ICE, ICE, ICE. Bitch, that shit been going on. That's why black people don't want to get involved talking about that shit. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Black people don't want to get involved talking about ICE. Why? Because, bitch, we know what it means for them crackers to come in your house and to kill everybody and to walk out and get a goddamn badge of honor. I don't give a fuck. If you think I'm crazy, then I must be doing something right, because I don't want to be a part of the sheeple. I'm not going to be on this bitch doing TikTok dances, trying to get bitch to look at my dances. No, you're not going to see me doing the same shit everybody else doing, because I am going against the grain, sweetie. I'm not a fucking follower. I'm a leader, bitch. I start conversations that last for the whole year. I was talking about frequencies 2 years ago. Now everybody talk about frequencies. You see what I'm saying? A nigga be on shit that y'all don't be on, because y'all minds have been conditioned. You see what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to do is break that. I'm trying to break your conditioning and make you use your mind instead of being a mindless follower. I'm trying to talk about some shit that is really affecting our community instead of sitting up here trying to further the bullshit that's on the goddamn YouTube. Everybody can't be in the same bag. But it's a lot of motherfuckers in the same bag. It's a lot of motherfuckers. Be talking about, oh, spell work magic, this, that, and third. Oh, da 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 da. Then you got the motherfuckers doing the reaction videos. You got people doing all type of stupid shit. But why we ain't using this to actually advance our minds? Why is they putting people in community service officer police cars? These are police cars with lights on them. But on the side, it say community service officer. And when the person get out of the car, get out your feelings, bitch. Straight up. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings and advance your thought process for a second. Because this ain't about you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about, sweetie. And if you don't understand the difference between being yelled at and someone speaking passionately to you, then you are the problem. Because you are the type of motherfucker that will have the community service officer behind you and you will slow down and pull over for them. And when they come to your window with a community service officer outfit on, you'll be like, oh, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Because you a scary ass motherfucker. And you'll rather say that I'm crazy or I'm the problem. When the truth is, your lack of using your mind is the problem. Your desire to have everyone tell you this is the play. And you going to follow the same play everybody else played. I don't care what I look like. I don't. I don't care what you think about you. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about anything, sweetie. I'm on this channel giving out my thoughts. If you don't like it, you can tune in or you can't. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm one of them ones that if you want to continue to be a slave, sweetie, be my guest. But I am not going with you. I will not follow you to my own death. I will not just easily and willingly obey every goddamn system that these motherfuckers put in place to constrict our movement. And that's what you guys are doing, attempting to constrict my movement. I am doing something about it, sweetie. What are you doing? Trying to stop me. That's what you're doing. You're attempting to stop me from speaking about real issues in this world. You see what I'm saying? You want me to be quiet and mindlessly do what everyone else is doing. The algorithm wants me to be quiet and mindlessly follow along with all of the trends. I'm supposed to play tricks on my mama. Well, I don't have any issues, sweetie. These are my issues. And they're your issues too. These are the issues which are the most pressing. You want me to get on here and say, oh, I don't love my life. I love my life, bitch. And I love me. I'm sorry that you don't love yourself. I'm sorry that you feel the need to try to constrict someone else's thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pathetic. Real shit. This might not affect you where you are, but this is affecting me. When I leave out my house and I'm a tax-paying citizen and I go to work every day and I bust my ass and I make sure my mama get to work and I make sure my bills is paid, I'm running your life? Girl, bye. Get your ass off my page. You got to go. Whoever you is, because you act like a bitch. Get off my channel. I'm not finna go back and forth with you, man. You pathetic. You're pathetic. And you don't even motherfucking matter anymore. Look at that. You don't even exist. You don't even exist. It's always a slave in the midst trying to make a bitch think like a slave. Oh, she crazy. Am I? Because I'm black and I'm free? I'm crazy? No, you're crazy because you're a fucking follower. You see what I'm saying? You're a follower. You are not doing anything inventive. You are not making any of our processes better or more more efficient. You are not making our lives any less of a burden by speaking on the same shit that everyone else is speaking on. I don't give a damn who did what. What I give a damn about is when I walk out my house and I get in my car and I drive down the road of the neighborhood that I stay in. Why in the fuck is the police always fucking with us? You don't think about that? Because when I be door dashing and I go on the outskirts of the city to where all of these wealthy people live, I don't see police. I don't see community officers. I don't see sheriff SUVs. I don't see none of that. But as soon as I come across that bridge, they everywhere. And they ain't stopping crime. They ain't stopping crime. No. They just imposing further taxes and fines upon us. They ain't stopping crime. They ain't stopping homelessness. They're not stopping hunger. They're not stopping poverty. They're not stopping anything that needs to stop. And you got motherfuckers that, Uncle Ruckus motherfuckers. Oh, leave that white man alone. That white man done blessed the land. No, no, sweetie. You got ICE agents killing American citizens. And the funniest part about it is the fact that this country was built off immigration. See, what they ain't going to talk about is the plate tectonics. That's what they're not going to speak on. They're not going to speak on the plate tectonics and how it was all one landmass. They're not going to speak on that. It was all one landmass. And if you look closely at your map, you will see how the coast of Africa lines up with the coast of North America. So when they say that they came here and there were already people here, we were already here. And they like to make you think it was only the Hispanics and the Indians. They don't want you to remember that there were black Indian tribes also. They don't want you to remember the process of them turning us from the indigenous people of the land into Negroes. And then criminalizing those Negroes. Because they have an inferiority complex where they feel, they have an inferiority complex where they feel that the only means of them being successful on this planet is to shit on everyone else. It's the same mind state a lot of people display on these goddamn social media sites. It's the same mind state that a lot of my people unfortunately have adopted. Because they've watched them be successful doing all manner of fuck shit. So now they think that's the only way to succeed. That's the only way to be successful. That white man did it. So I got to do what that white man did. So I got to be a savage. I got to kill my own people. I got to shit on everybody in order to have a little piece of something. And it's not true. You don't have to hate me to be successful. All you got to do is love you. That's all you got to do is love you and open your eyes and be willing to use your brain. Use it. Because if you don't, guess what? That bitch will disintegrate. Like really, real shit. Every time you learn something new, you get a new wrinkle in your brain. And when you don't use your mind, you become slow and lame. And you mindlessly stroll through all these social media sites and you watch everybody talk about the same shit. What's going on from Texas? Shout out to Texas. You know what I'm saying? You watch these people talk about all of the evils of this world. You watch people that say that they're tarot readers or spiritualists, and really all they doing is talking shit about a supposed karmic when they actually are the karmic. Good morning, class of love. How you doing? Okay. Well, make it through your 12 hours, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna try and distract you from that. I know what it feels like. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough is enough. Enough of the fear mongering. You know what I mean? Spreading fear. Because that's what a lot of that tarot shit do too. That's what a lot of these spiritualists do too. They spread fear because that's what it keep people coming back. It keep people coming back. Yes, class in the motherfucking building. But you know what I'm saying? It keeps people coming back to you. If you could, and he went to her, and he was distracted by her, but it's okay. He's still your divine masculine, sweetie. I'm sorry, but there is no man on this world that chooses multiple women and is divine. None. Even the ones that are married to multiple wives. Ain't nothing divine about that. Ain't nothing divine about having to share what God gifted me. Ain't nothing divine about a man that expects a woman to keep herself for him when he ain't doing the same. Ain't nothing divine about these family members that purposely enslave their children so they could get a check. And it damn sure ain't nothing divine about a law enforcement, militarized community that is always after us. It don't matter if you brown, if you white, if you yellow, if you poor, then you are the target. If you are poor, sweetie, you are the target. And all I was attempting to do this morning was spread a little awareness, especially on Valentine's Day, where they got us celebrating and buying candy and giving people cards with pictures of cherubs on it. But this is the day that they chose to kill people. Like it was mass murders on Valentine's Day. It was known that Valentine's Day was a day of death. And now they got us celebrating it. You see how they trick us into celebrating their evilness? That's what they do. They trick us into respecting their authority and celebrating their wins. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can Google that shit. It was a man that was doing it was a saint that was doing killings. He was killing people that was couples, and then later on down the line, it was some white man that was killing people on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? And they celebrate this shit. They celebrate death and destruction. And they further their agenda to restrict our movement. They have basically took over God's land and then turned it into a goddamn parking lot. What that lady say? Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. We don't talk about that, huh? We're not gonna talk about the things that people are telling us in these movies, in these songs, and we believe are fiction. We are so quick to discard the fact that these trees are living beings. and deserve more respect than any officer ever will. We don't talk about that. You want to get on this bitch and call me crazy though, but you don't even respect the life that is giving you life. You don't respect the trees, the grass, none of it. But without these trees, without this grass, guess what? Your ass would suffocate. Shout out to whoever that is, Sungan Days, or I don't know how to say it, sweetie. Shout out to you. You see what I'm saying? But I've watched a great deal of documentaries about people in various countries. And what I've come to realize is this. Every place on this earth that has been touched and colonized, they are all paying wages that are barely livable. It's barely livable. It used to be if you made $3,000 a month, you was straight, you was comfortable. Now you need six. Who's making $6,000 a month? What average person that you know is making $6,000 a month? If the rent is $2,000, $3,000, bitch, I need at least triple that in order to be approved for the rent. You're supposed to make 3 times what your rent is, right? That's what they say. That's what they say on the applications. You see what I'm saying? That's what they say on the applications when you go and apply for these places. You need at least 3 times the amount that your rent is. If your rent is $3,000, bitch, that means you need to make $10,000 a motherfucking month. A month, bitch. Not a year, a month. And if I did live in my car, why the fuck does it matter to you? What's going on, Jesse B? Like, real shit. If this was my place of dwelling, and this is where I reside in, why does it matter to you? Because it's a lot of people that are forced to live in their car right now because of the price of rent. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that are forced car because of the price of rent. And then you add in the price of food. You know what I'm saying? Then you add in the price of food. And then add in the price of gas. Add in the price of your car payment. Add in the price of your car insurance. When it's all said and done, your ass is in the negative. Real shit. So you can't sit on my motherfucking shit and then try to make me feel some type of way like, oh, I'm talking about the wrong thing. Nah, bitch, this is what we all should be talking about. It's what we all should be talking about. Because when I watch the motherfucker bit like them students that done became businessmen and what they call salary men, Japan salary men, them motherfuckers is sleeping in goddamn internet cafes. That's how they survive. They sleeping in internet cafes. And a lot of them, they only make like $600 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they pay them people just enough to get by. And when you really, really put some thought into it, the Japanese economy, the Asian economy is booming. You know what I'm saying? Their tech is booming. Their products are booming. We have outsourced so much to Asian countries to where we don't even manufacture our own products anymore. So if we don't manufacture our own products, we are depending upon their products. Why are they paying their employees so little? Why? We don't talk about that, right? It's too much. It's too much for us to talk about. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it should be talked about. It should be spoken about, because if you really do the math, if in each country they are paying their people just enough to get by. All right, classy, you have a good day. You see what I'm saying? If in each country they are paying their people just enough to get by, just enough to pay your rent and to buy you something to eat, and that's pretty much all you got. You don't even got money for a pair of shoes. You don't even got money for a pair of clothes. You don't got money left over. You don't have money left over. And it ain't just Americans. It ain't just us that's barely getting by. You see what I'm saying? It's not just us. And if we would stop for a second and think, if we would stop for a second and think, you know what I'm saying, about something other than the latest TikTok trends, if we would stop for a second and think, and then communicate with people from other countries, take the time to listen to them, take the time to, see how their life is, you will see that we all is living in the same manner. We just speak different languages. We just in different regions. They are paying us all just enough to barely get by. And if you can't see that the level of policing is increasing, but our wages ain't, you see what I'm saying? You see how you got people trying to discredit, oh, stop doing this, stop doing that, it's you. I ain't no goddamn body. I'm just a bitch with a brain and I use it. That's it. I ain't no motherfucking body special, bitch. I'm just a bitch with a brain and I use it. You see what I'm saying? I'm just a bitch with a brain and I use it. And clearly, you are made of googly moogly because your brain is mush. You have lost the ability to think for yourself. You only go around quoting words that other people have already said. You don't say anything that's original. You don't have one original thought in your goddamn head. Not one. Not one. You see what I'm saying? Because you the type of motherfucker that'll pull over for the community officer. You feel me? You are the type of motherfucker that will pull over for the community officer and you will be like, yes, officer, no, officer, yes, officer, no, officer. Instead of asking, bitch, you ain't even the police. What you doing? What emergency was there for you to even cut the lights on? There is no emergency. And if you got these lights on and it ain't no emergency, that is against the law. But we don't know enough about the law to say those things, right? We don't know enough about ourselves to confidently say those things. Because a bitch could give you the script. Oh, when you get pulled over, you got to ask them what's the emergency. Oh, you got to tell them all this bullshit. But if you don't have the self-awareness and the self-authority, you see what I'm saying? If you don't have the control over your own faculties, how are you going to dismiss someone else's authority if you don't live in your own authority. Because I've seen Moorish communities get together and try to teach young brothers the law. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen them, explain to them, like, when an officer pulls you over, they got their lights on, there is no emergency, they're not supposed to pull you over, you don't need a license to operate a vessel. So many different things that I watch people teach us in the attempt to educate our youth and to help them prevent themselves from being taken advantage of by these police offices, these offices of authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people break that shit down. And then what happens is these young men get pulled over and they don't believe the shit that they're saying. And if you don't believe what you're saying, how can anyone else? They don't believe that the police don't have authority. Because from what they've seen their entire life, the police can kill you and get away with it. And you can't stop them. And demonstrating your own authority only furthers the cause of them killing you. Not having an actual lawful tag on your vehicle, writing up them tags like them goddamn, you can't do that and live to tell the story. Unless you actually believe that you have authority over yourself. And this system, every system, is built off of making us slaves before we can even think for ourselves. People are using the police to discipline their kids in vehicles. Like when your kids in the car, they doing all type of bad shit. They won't sit down in the back seat. You get a black mother, look back. The police behind us. And that little motherfucker gonna sit down and put his seatbelt on because we have been conditioned to respect their authority more than we respect our own authority. And until we start asking the questions that don't nobody want to ask and talking about the things that don't nobody want to talk about it. You see what I'm saying? Until we start doing something different and stop being a trend rider. And I said that. And I know it's going to catch on. I know now people going to be around here talking about trend riders. Instead of saying a dick rider, I'm saying a trend rider. You're following the trends. If they getting their hair swoop to the side, you wearing yours swoop to the side. If they done started wearing baggy pants instead of wearing the goddamn skinny jeans, you going out and you buying baggy pants to fit in. You around this bitch jumping through hoops like a goddamn puppy. And you don't have the ability to use your mind because you're waiting for your master to give you your treat. That's the only thing you can think about is the treat that you're going to get for jumping through the hoop. If you don't see how they disconnected you from your own self, if you can't recognize that we have placed this system above God, if you ain't realized that, you're part of the problem. And if you ain't every day thinking and working towards a way to become self-reliant, you're part of the problem. And shout out to your mama. Yeah, trend riders, exactly. That's what they're doing. They're trend riders.
They're hopping on the newest trends. Oh, everybody getting their lashes done, so I gotta go get mine done. Oh, everybody getting some weave, I gotta go get some weave. Oh, everybody's doing this, I gotta do it too. Oh, everybody's talking about, oh, everybody's going to Dubai, I'm gonna go to Dubai too. Everybody's doing the Dubai chocolate. Let's go eat Dubai chocolate. Oh, we got crumble cookies. Let's go eat that shit. Oh, this the newest dance. Oh, I'm gonna do the same dance on every goddamn video I done made for the past 2 years. And you stupid ass motherfuckers still gonna watch it and give me 20,000 views. Meanwhile, they are militarizing the police and they are preparing for a war on the people. That's what they are preparing for. That's why ICE is out here recklessly killing Americans. It's the same concept as when they was back in the slavery days. And the whites started helping to hide the slaves. Oh, you want to help the runaway slaves? Guess what? We gonna kill you too. That's the same mind state. It ain't changed. It's not different. But we so busy following trends that we ain't paying attention to the patterns. You want to talk about Krishan and how she failing to raise her child. You want to talk about Cardi B and how she done had another baby by another nigga. You want to talk about how the nigga cheating on her. You want to talk about Glorilla's sister and her 10 goddamn siblings and all this bullshit that don't mean a fuck thing. Really, they just grabbing your attention because they're beginning to release albums. They finna release albums, so they talking about this shit. They talking about these stupid assholes to keep you motherfuckers lost. You got the baddie shows where they promote violence. Black people with violence against each other. That's what they promoting. The algorithm ain't algorithming for a real one. And I ain't mad about it because I expect that. I know that I'm not like everyone else. I know that my thought process is 2 steps, 10 steps ahead of the people that are in my environment. I know that. So when people try to shame me for not being a trend rider, I stand in my authority. I don't got to do what every goddamn body else got to do in order to be appealing or appeasing to myself. And if me not following trends distracts you from seeing the truth in my words, then you are part of the problem and I don't want to be associated with you. It's just that fucking simple. It's just that fucking simple, bitch. You will lead me to my death. And before I allow you to distract me from the path that God has set my feet upon, I'm going to get the fuck from around you. And I ain't going to think twice about it. And I ain't going to feel bad for it neither. Because I be damned if you get me caught because you can't let go of mouse. You see what I'm saying? We got to really break free from that thought process if we want to build a way to be self-reliant. And at the end of the day, they have taken so many measures to constrict us and our movement. We can't grow fruits and vegetables in the front of our house. We have to grow them in the back of the house. It's a certain area and a certain way that you can plant fruits on your own fucking property. The trees no longer produce fruit because of the chemtrails that they're spraying. So you can't get a free meal when God put fruit on these trees just so your ass could eat. See, I don't confine myself to boxes. God is glorious in all God's aspects, sweetie. And what a lot of us forget is that God made evil. God made dark. God made light. So why am I scared of anything in this world? Because when God saw the earth, he said that it was good. So why am I scared of being what God made me? In all aspects. Because you want to do the job of your oppressor. You want to further constrict my movement. Yes, I am able to have chickens where I live. There's chickens running all around my neighborhood, right along with the basils. Real shit. It's a house, it's a house on the corner, round the corner, where the roosters and the chickens be and the basils be right there with them. You see what I'm saying? You can't collect rainwater if you want to, neither. We can't do a lot of shit. But I guarantee you this. It don't matter if they shut the government down or not. Every time you get paid, they gonna get their cut before you ever see a dollar of yours. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, life is unmeasurably easier when you trust in God. I done been homeless. Shit, I'm missing teeth. And I still got a level of respect for myself that can't nobody take away. Because I know what I've survived. I know what I've survived and what I've been able to climb out of. And because of that, I value myself. I value my thoughts. I value my safety. And when I see community officers on the roads pulling over civilians and then giving them tickets, I don't feel safe anymore. I don't feel safe when Thursday comes and all of a sudden my neighborhood is flooded with police officers. It's flooded with sheriffs riding around looking to make someone a criminal. You want to make everybody the criminal so you don't got to be the criminal. It's like they was doing all that shit, talking all that shit about Michael Jackson. And I seen some shit say Michael Jackson name wasn't nowhere in them Epstein files. So they had to use Michael Jackson to distract us. I would give credit to the creator of that video, but I don't remember who it was. But it's a video floating around YouTube. I'm sure y'all will find it. Well, the man is saying that Michael Jackson was protecting those kids from being sent to Epstein's island. That's why Michael Jackson created Neverland. Yeah. And I believe that with my heart. I believe that. I believe that they used Michael Jackson and tore that man's image all the way down so they could continue raping and eating humans, man or woman. I had a coworker tell me the other day in the Epstein files that they were speaking about eating babies. Said that Epstein said that baby's meat was much more tender. It was almost as if he was biting into butter. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they do to anyone who has any information that they deem as a matter of national security. Anyone that has any free thoughts. That's what they tried to do to me. They tried to make it to where I didn't have any other option but to go crazy. But see, God is so much stronger than that. And instead of focusing on the fact that everybody was calling me crazy, instead of focusing on that, I focused on God. I listened to God. I didn't accept anything anyone around me was saying if God didn't say it to me. Yeah, they don't want us thinking free. And if you are a free thinker and you are openly speaking upon free thinking, they will attack you. They will try to tear you down and destroy you. They will destroy your reputation. They will destroy your finances. They will destroy your connections. They will destroy everything until you are hopeless, standing on a corner, talking to yourself. That's where a lot of our greatness is. On the corners, talking to themselves. That's where a lot of our wisdom goes to die. Because the popular ones are following the trends. They're trend riders. This system is ridiculous. And it amazes me that you can't see what it has forced us to become. Exactly. It is a fine line between it. And that's why a lot of us end up in mental hospitals, because we had some thought and we spoke it, and the people around us knew that if we continued speaking freely, that we would get them locked up. Oh, these people ain't gonna come around here and bust open my house because you crazy. Yeah. They are zombies. I spoke about that in 2023. 2022. My first video on YouTube, I was talking about how they were zombies. And we're all becoming zombies. And motherfuckers laughed at me and said I was stupid. I was crazy. I had to watch too many movies. And then everybody started saying it. Now everybody's, it's normal now. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with beginning the conversation. Because that's all I'm doing. I'm just starting a conversation. Like, let's change the conversation. Let's stop talking about these baddies. Let's stop talking about, well, really, let's speak about Woe Vicky and how she's being trafficked and how they attempt to get a lot of young girls from America trafficked over there through social media because they're poor. They're poor and they are looking for a way to feed themselves. And when you hungry, anything goes. That's why you see people digging in the trash. Bitch, I'm hungry. I don't care that it's in the garbage. You say I gotta traffic this bitch to this next motherfucker? Guess what? That's what I'm gonna do, because I got to feed my fucking self and my family, bitch. If we become desensitized to the crimes that we have to commit in order to survive, do you not believe that your oppressor is desensitized to killing you and watching you die? Shout out to who this is, whoever this is, drawing, but stop spamming my chat, sweetie. Like, for real. I appreciate your art. I appreciate your ability to draw. Shout out to you. I wish you many successes and many motherfucking achievements. But don't spam the chat, because we're having an adult conversation. It's not meant for children. And it's not meant for children in adult bodysuits. It's time to get real with yourself. Because I don't give a fuck how many people think I'm crazy. I'm not going to never stop paying attention to the levels of oppression that are being imposed upon me. I'm not. I'm not a criminal, and I'm not committing crimes. So at the end of the day, I know that I have the ability to stand up and say wholeheartedly, I don't deserve to be constricted in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I will not allow trends or trend riders to direct my path. I will not become a carbon copy of someone who is lost just to get views. I will not make music tearing down my people and my community just to get a deal. I will not walk outside showing all my ass just to get attention. It ain't because of some system that I belong to. I don't belong to any systems or organizations or cliques or anything of that nature. I'm highly educated. And I have a damn good job or a damn good career. But at the end of the day, I didn't get any of this because it was given to me or because I followed suit. Nobody gave me any recommendations to get this job. Nobody helped me get through college. Nobody paid for my books. Nobody paid for my meals. I earned all this shit. And I freely gave it away to regain my sanity. If these material items is the reason that you are around me, take them. You can have them. Go and leave. If me not having nothing is the only way to get these manipulating users from out of my life, then goddamn it, I'll be homeless. I was homeless for 1 year. Not even a whole year. But I was homeless on purpose. Because I had to tear myself away from a system that was only trying to destroy me. And the system has so many arms and legs, and it reaches so far and wide and vast because the system is not an actual system you can see. It's a thought process. And when the people around you have adopted that thought process, you are being monitored by the system within their mind. And they will run and tell someone else, oh, 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 she finna get us caught. No, you got yourself caught. You living in the house with the master and you mad because I'm running free. And you don't like it. So if I got to lose everything to get rid of all of those people that really don't mean me no good, that are just attempting to feed off of my energy, feed off of my achievements, feed off of my accomplishments, feed off of my thoughts, while keeping tabs on me and reporting back to the system, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I'm damn sure not having no children to give this system more slaves. That's the thought process that these days require. I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know what works for anybody else, but that is the only thing that works for me. I am not going to mindlessly lay down, have children, and follow the norms of this society, because I know that that is certain death. That's the only thing that's going to come from that, is death, destruction. And I've suffered enough. And I be damned if I condemn my own offspring to suffer in the manner that I have. So yeah, a lot of times I be by myself. A lot of times I have conversations with myself. A lot of times I eat by myself. But I feel free. And I like feeling free more than I like being a part of the crowd. And I know that crowds only bring conformity, because you have to conform. Oh, well, you got to appease to the opinions of others. And the only opinion that matters is mine. Because this is my life. I'm not coming to your doorstep imposing anything upon you. I'm just at the top of the mountain screaming and shouting and saying, this is my life and I am going to live it in the manner that I see fit. And all of you should do the same. That's all I'm saying. I am going to use my brain because God gifted it to me. And if you don't use it, your ass will lose it. So I am going to use my brain every day, as often as I can. I am going to ask myself the most complex questions because I want to keep my mind sharp. I am going to listen to ideas and thoughts that don't necessarily align with mine because I want my mind to be agile. I am going to use all of the faculties that my vessel possesses, because these are the gifts that God gave me to help me achieve my mission. And you can say I'm crazy if you want to, but I'm 1,000% sure that when it all falls down, you gonna be wishing you would have did the same thing. You gonna be wishing you would have guarded your ovaries. You're going to be wishing that you wouldn't have freely shot your seed in every vagina that you came upon. You're going to be wishing that you stopped for a second and asked yourself, why am I doing this? Am I doing it because my family says it's the right thing to do? Am I doing it because God is putting it on my heart that it's the right thing to do? Or am I doing it because society says that it's the right thing to do and I can't get this job unless I bootlick and tap dance? I mean, I understand I go to work and I don't go to work and talk about all of these things. But when I go to work, I work. I do my job. I let my work speak for itself. So I don't do a lot of politicking and hobnobbing, trying to get people to like me. People respect my work ethic. And although I can be abrasive, they deal with that because they respect my work ethic. You see what I'm saying? Because I am aggressive in my tone. I am aggressive in my mannerisms. And I have to learn how to tone that down. I have to learn how to conform in certain situations. But at what cost is the question that I always ask myself. Is it worth me conforming? And some things are worth you conforming. Some things are worth you allowing yourself to follow the rules. And other things ain't. And can't nobody tell you what that is. Like your mama can't tell you, oh, he a good man. Gee, you got a good man. You just got to worry about these babies. Why that nigga cheating on you and you still with him? If you not happy, leave. And you tell your mammy, if she think he a good man, she can stay with him. You can stay with him. You can let him cheat on you. You can let him beat on you. And you can keep taking care of these kids. Bitch, you do it since you think he's so good. If your homeboy don't like your old lady and he's saying, oh, you should go with this bitch over here. Okay, if he think that's the thing to do, tell him to do it. But I don't need a motherfucker thinking for me. I don't need no friends, no family, no co-workers, no goddamn body thinking for me. Because that's how your ass end up in situations that you can't get out of. That's how you end up all the way somewhere across the country and can't get saved. That's how you end up on social media every goddamn day with people knowing that your ass is being trafficked. And they still ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Real shit. Because when I see that little girl, Whoa Vicky, I think about My ex-husband was trying to get me to go to Africa. And he kept saying, oh, you can't act like this when you get to Africa because they don't play that. You can't act like this when you get to Africa. And something about him just did not sit right with me to the point to where I was like, I ain't going nowhere with this motherfucker. He kept pressing me about where your passport, where this, where that, oh, where your ID, where your social. Why you want to know where my documents is? I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm over 40 years old. I don't need no motherfucking body to hold my documents for me. I've been doing just fine for 40 fucking years, keeping all of my documents in order. I don't need another motherfucker to keep my shit in order. My mama gave me my social security card when I was 16. And I've been keeping that same motherfucking card since then. I don't need you to watch over my documents. But when you don't think for yourself, you hand them documents over to a motherfucker, and now your ass is being trafficked from motherfucking place to place. I could have been in that same situation. But for God, there goes I. But for God, or what my mom used to say, but for the grace of God, there go I. Ain't nobody on this earth gonna stop me from questioning every goddamn thing I see. If the manner in which you speak something to me don't sit right in my heart, I'm gonna put a magnifying glass up to your ass. Cause I need to look at this and investigate this a little bit closer. Cause the way you said that didn't sit right with my soul. Because I know the frequency of a lie versus the frequency of the truth. And if you don't have the ability to deter between the frequency of a lie and the frequency of the truth, then you are going to be placed in a lot of situations that you don't want to be in. Even when you mistakenly step into some shit, if you don't have the ability to see, oh, I stepped in some shit. If you don't use your nose and smell, and you don't use your eyes and look around you and lift your feet and look, if you don't do these things, you are going to be shitty. And all day long, everywhere you go, people gonna say, I smell shit. That's why you've got to be willing to utilize your own faculties. But see, this society has trained us that the love of others, the closeness that we have with others, is what we should covet. It don't teach you to become close with yourself so you can become close with God, so that way you can be led properly by the Spirit. When you go to listen and commune with God, you go to someone else. You seek a source outside of yourself to tell you what's best for you in the eyes of God. When the truth is, if you communed with yourself as you commune with others, if you got close to yourself as you was trying to get to your boss so you could get that raise, if you did these things with yourself, every goddamn thing that is for you is going to be drawn into you. You ain't got to go and look for it. It's going to come right to you. When you become one with your mind, you become one with God. It's just the way that it goes. And until you are willing to do that, you're going to be a follower. You're going to have other people thinking for you. You're going to have other people telling you where you should go and what you should do and what you should wear and who you should be and who you should love and what type of children you should raise. And what type of career your children should have, because they don't want anyone thinking for themselves. Because when you think for yourself, you ask the questions that they don't want us asking. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the people who came, all the people who went. Shout out to James Howard. Shout out to Classy Love. Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Y'all be good to y'allself, man. Y'all be good to others, because that shit is important. Be real with yourself. Therefore, you have the capacity to be real with others, because that shit is also important. And it don't take nothing to hit the thumbs up or the subscribe button. So please do that for your girl, because you already know YouTube algorithm don't be algorithming for a real one. And thank you all for the subscriptions, the subscribes, the comments, the likes, the camaraderie. I do appreciate it all. And I hope that y'all have a peaceful day.